Hey, so I just felt called to turn on the camera right now to kind of vent a little bit. I just finished doing the Healthy Girl Healing Virtual Women's Circle meetup, and thank you to all of you who came. I think that this was the biggest one. Um, and I didn't expect really it to turn out the way that it did, like as many people to come. Um, but yeah, there's usually like maybe three, sometimes even two, just two of us. But it's gotten to like four, and today it was like at I think like five or six, if I remember correctly. I don't remember. Six, I think it was six people, I think. But the point is, it literally like the most people I got came on like the day that I was like the least like mentally prepared, because I haven't said this because I've been waiting to kind of like take you guys through like I've been supposed to post. I was supposed to be posting videos of what's been going on in my life, and taking showing you how the astrology has played out for me. But for some reason I haven't posted that. And maybe because I feel like it's vulnerable, and maybe part of me fears like putting myself out there in my real life and real feelings and real emotions out there. Part of me feels like, oh, it's outdated, like it's not current, so is it gonna resonate? It's this whole thing of like you getting in your own way, because like how am I gonna say what's gonna be valuable for others, that's not my decision. I know that. So it's like I'm getting in my own way because the content that I'm holding could actually be helpful to some people, but I'm being so like overthinking it that I'm not putting it out, because I'm like, who would even want to watch this? Well, I don't know. How about you put it out so then you can find out? you know? You're not going to know clearly until you put it out. So anyways, the point is I got a job, okay? I got a part-time job, and I'll give you more information on that. But today was the first day that I had today was the first day that I had to work, and I had the Healthy Girl Healing meetup. Women's Circle. I keep calling it so many different things. But you guys know what I mean, okay? So I literally got off work an hour before the Women's Circle started, and it was chaos. I wasn't able to like do what I like to do, which is to ground myself and to mentally prepare for it, and to just do my own like spiritual self-care practice so I can show up in a like level-headed, calm, present state. So the people that came today, the beautiful souls that came today, got me at a wired state. Plus, I decided to drink some tea when I hadn't eaten. I didn't get to eat when I got home from work. So all I had was tea that I had just made really quick. And then I don't have honey. I ran out of honey, so I put sugar, which I don't drink. I don't eat sugar often, which I know is lame, but I have a lot of dietary restrictions. So anyways, the point is I'm not used to that. So I just put a bunch of sugar. I didn't even know how much. I just hurried up and whatever. So I'm already feeling like mentally wired, mentally not like calm, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be late, da 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 da, all this extra stuff. I had to come home, take my dog out to go. It was a lot. And then I was like, oh, let me have this tea because like I need something. And this tea was wiring me up. Like if anybody was at the meeting and could tell, like, or maybe I felt like I was having the jitters. So anyways, all of that happened, and wait, what was I saying this again? Oh yeah, I was saying that this was the first time that I had a meeting after work, and of course the first time that happens, the most people show up. And I think also I felt like, oh, caught off guard a little bit because I put out, I sent invites and I kind of said it was going to be free. But I at this point, I've been doing this for like a month, going on 2 months. I have released all my expectations. Like I said, consistently, usually like 3 people shows up. For once again, there has been times 2 people, but and we've had like probably a max of 4 people, 4-ish, 5. But today was like 6, and it was like, anyways. The point is, it's not that much, but it's a difference, okay? So, anyways, I just kind of released the expectations like of who's gonna come. I just show up. So I guess I was caught off guard, and then plus like, yeah, I wasn't like mentally prepared, so I was like, it was like a clash of emotions that I could feel. Like I was excited, but I was also like, dang it, I wish I was like more prepared so I can impress. And that was the thing. I felt like I wanted to impress everyone. I wanted to make it worth everyone's time. I didn't want to waste anyone's time. I wanted to impress them, to make it seem like, okay, this is like a real women's circle where I don't know. So so I left. It was I enjoyed it, but I have a lot of like, I'm overthinking a lot of things right now. And I'm only sharing this to kind of give you guys the reality of like doing something that scares you. It's still scary when you do it. And I'm just a normal girl, like all of us, or a normal person trying to show up and be brave for the things that I know is a part of my purpose. And for me, that's like community, connecting community of like-minded souls, like-minded women together, to help be that guide for each other, to be that support for each other, even if it's just the ear, or just even if it's just understanding. And I have battled with this whole idea of like wanting to just be like, I'm not any different than everyone, so I kind of put pressure on myself to be like this, like professional, perfect, not perfect. I don't want to appear that way, but I definitely don't want to appear like I don't know what I'm talking about, or I'm not like fit enough to run a women's circle. But sometimes when I overthink it, then I feel like I'm getting in my own way and stuff like that. So I don't know if any of this makes sense, but the point is, a question that came up in the women's circle, which we have like these questions that we kind of, get to know each other and kind of deep dive into certain things. And the question today was, what part of yourself are you holding back currently? And I think I was struggling to find words to this question, or to the answer, or to answer it. But then after we like left, and the women's circle completed, I was super wired and I started overthinking it, and I was like, oh, they hated it. Even though like I think it went well and it seemed like it went well, I was just overthinking everything, And then I started to realize like, oh, I know what I was holding back. My fear. I'm holding back the fact that this showing up, because that's what I said my intention was, because we have this thing where we like start off with our intentions, and I always say like my intention, today specifically, was to show up, because I think showing up is the hardest thing when we want to do something new. And it may seem scary, this hardest part is showing up, but I guess the part of, like I said, I was holding back, and I just wanted everyone to feel comfortable, so I don't know. But I guess when I'm honest with myself, is that the fear behind putting yourself out there to be judged. We talked about like being perceived, and I think I put myself out there a lot to be perceived, and I just naturally do it without thinking, oh, people are going to be perceiving me. The thought of that happens afterwards. My time is running out. Oh gosh. The thought of that happens afterwards, that I'm perceived. Like if I put it out, I have a feeling, I'm a fire moon. So whatever I feel, I want to express it. And then after I express it, I'm like, oh shoot, I said that. Or, oh shoot, I did that. Like I think later. So now I'm like, oh, and now I'm overthinking everything. Or I don't know. So there's a lot of fear. It's scary putting yourself out there. Because, yeah, you can be judged. You also can be like another thing that came up was like being perceived also means, or putting yourself out there makes it seem like then people establish their own thoughts about you when it may not even be the full you. People only get snippets of you. And obviously, like for me, sometimes we may get the nervous parts of ourselves, like I definitely feel like I always try to be myself, but I definitely feel like this was the first time with me meeting a lot of these ladies that was there. And I definitely don't, like, they saw parts of me, but I feel like it was more of like the frantic part of me. So it's kind of just like, I don't know. I just kind of wanted to come on camera, to be honest, and just say, like, just because people are putting themselves out there doesn't mean that they're not fucking scared shitless internally. Because putting yourself out there is scary, but it's more rewarding than that, because if it could help someone in some way, then I don't care if I look like a dumbass. I don't care if I look crazy. Because I also have to realize that, like, we're all human. Like, there's a lot of people that try to appear like they're something that they're not. And I'm choosing not to, well, maybe I am doing that sometimes too. But you know what I'm trying to say? I don't even know what I'm trying to say. But I guess I just wanted to say that, yes, that definitely, like, the part of myself that I hold back, and even from showing up for you guys on my social media, is that this stuff is scary. Turning on the camera every day and just talking and sharing a part of, like, even what I do, which is sharing my personal life, sharing my personal journey, and trying to relate it to in a way that makes sense for me, and that's astrologically, and talk about my spiritual journey and all this stuff like that, is scary. So, yeah. And then I pulled a card, and this is what came up for me. To let go. And I know exactly why. It means let go of these feelings, girl. Let go of this overthinking that I was about to get myself into afterwards, because I was just like, oh my gosh, things didn't go as I planned. I wasn't able to show up as this, like, professional, calm, zen, spiritual girly. I showed up just like life. Life was life, and stuff was chaotic. A girl had to come and rush after work. Like, that's real life stuff, So anyways, I'm talking a lot and I need to hurry up, but I kind of just wanted to share that. I felt like that's authentic. I also meant to mention in the women's circle that the moon is in Scorpio, which for me, it always causes a lot of fixed emotions. Like, fixed is like set in your way, hard to move, kind of stubborn. Because I'm an Aquarius sun, and when the moon is in Scorpio, Aquarius and Scorpio squares each other. They're not. They're both two fixed signs. One is fixed emotions, and the other is fixed logic, like mind thinking. So I feel like that's clashing with me. Me, I guess the Aquarius part of me, like sharing myself and being open, but the Scorpio moon part of myself that I feel, which is actually going through my ninth house, which is like my public life. It's more about teaching, the house of like teaching and learning and education and exploring new things, and like, but it's definitely giving teacher energy. I just felt like it's clashing, like the current feelings that I have of like, oh, I just put myself out there and wanting to be protective of my emotions, and even talking about fear. Like Scorpio is ruled by Mars, and there is a lot of fear of being like of expressing your emotions and talking about deep stuff that is personal. So maybe that's clashing. Yeah. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but that made sense to me. The Aquarius part of me that wants community, that wants to share, that wants to be open, was clashing, and it's clashing with the Scorpio moon energy right now that is all about like privacy, deep feelings, that kind of thing. So anyways, I'm talking a lot. There it is. That's my vent for today. Thank you to everyone who came out today. Don't mind this. This is just a vent, okay? I'm appreciative, and I'm going to continue showing up every Sunday at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, because that's what you do when you believe in something. That's what you do when you believe in yourself, and that's what you do when you want to make a fucking change in the world, Yeah.